What's so funny, Kesha?
Because you just sat there and said,
Oh,
You didn't speak.
true. All right, let's start over. You gotta come over a little bit. Ah. Did you grind it out today? Did you? And today's gonna be a doozy of a topic. Hey, what's up? Hanging with the Joneses. I'm Rashad.
And I'm Kesha.
What episode is this, Kesha?
52?
Yes.
Hell, you think I remembered?
No, I didn't. Episode 52. And today we're going to be focusing on mothers. All you mothers out there, of course. We're a little day late, but happy Mother's Day. Hope you enjoyed your weekend and whatnot. Really want to just talk about the ugly side of being a parent.
I feel like you. I.e., so part of my Mother's Day gift is my middle child wanted to do my makeup.
I wasn't even talking about that.
I know.
Oh.
But my middle child wanted to do my makeup. So this is looks by my middle child, Madison. And the lipstick is from my oldest daughter, Desiree. So this is their thing today.
Reimagining of Kesha.
Yes, I can't even see.
So, I know a lot of time we talk about well, not really us, but people talk about the joys of parenthood and how they love being a parent and how, being a parent is the best thing that ever happened to them. I really want to just have an honest conversation about how being a mother is a lot at times, and how how it is being a parent. B, how do you maintain a sense of individuality in that? And then C, how do you deal with the just overall stressors of being a parent?
Okay. So A, I guess A, 1A. Being a parent, I never had dreams of wanting to be a mother. When little girl, I want to be a mother. That was never part of my conversation of wanting to be a mother. Then we got, part of the reason was, and I believe I shared this before, I was always told that I would never be able to have children by doctors. So I didn't want to hype myself up and wanted to have children, and then can't. So I always said, I'm just exit right here. I don't want any children. Then when Sean and I started dating, I started kind of when we started getting married, I want to try for children. But then it came time, I was like, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah. So, you hear a lot of little girls say, I want to have children. I was not that one. I do love being a mother. I do. I love having 3 girls. We wanted boys, but God saw fit that we needed girls, and I love it. Just seeing that they walk around and they're me. The downside, they walk around, they're me. So certain things, I'm like, oh man, that's me right there. I gotta fix that. That don't look good. The time it takes is ridiculous. It's okay, and I think it's parenting, pre-quarantine and post-quarantine, or during quarantine, 2 different things. So, parenting now in this quarantine, I stay home with them, and we doing school is incredibly stressful because I am the teacher. I am a therapist. I'm trying to do therapy sessions, and I am also working. So it's really hard, especially with the baby girl, because I have to be on her. And I can't really be on her when I got to work at the same time, and I got to answer calls and, someone suicidal and try to not have them kill themselves, help them. So it could be a really daunting task. And then I think also when you have more children than you have adults in the house, I'm like, they kind of win. They win. They run us, those little people run us dry. But you know what? One thing about this Mother's Day experience, seeing how also their heart is just like mine, or ours. I would say both ours. Because my daughter, I asked for something that was relatively cheap. And she said, which I was so surprised about, my oldest one said, Mom, you always, if we say we want $500 of shoes,
Sneakers.
a $500 pair of sneakers, you'll go and get it. You'll make it happen. So why is it when it comes to you, you sell yourself cheap? And I was like, dang. Like that just, and I appreciate her appreciating what I do for them. You know, because sometimes like we have gone shopping and we get home, their stuff is on the floor. Like, well, you know, so I appreciate that she appreciate that. But then part I had to look at is that I do tend to sell myself cheap. I do. If it's something expensive, I have no problem getting it for them. But for myself, I'm like, I'm humming and mumming and think about what I can do with that and what. Yeah, I don't. So it was twofold. It's like a good compliment, but it was like I need to do some self-evaluation of, I want to say, because I am cheap. So me buying it is not because of I feel like I don't deserve it. It's because I'm cheap. That's really it. I'm just cheap.
And it's not even that you're cheap. Is you're cheap about yourself?
Yeah, I am cheap about myself.
It's not. It's like there's a line that has to be drawn between I don't want to spend this because I don't have it, and I don't want to spend this because I feel like I need to do something else for my children. Mm-hmm. And I think you're at that crossroads way too many times, and you're always choosing your children over yourself, which inherently isn't a bad thing. And to be honest, is really looked upon as the
motherly thing to do,
as the admirable thing. You know, like, oh, you know, I'm choosing my kids, but it's really you're taking away what I want to talk about next is basically the individuality of you as a person, and just kind of talk about how if you and I think here's the myth that a lot of I see like a lot of moms kind of get incorrect, and that's the myth that if I sacrifice for my kids, then I'm going to be totally happy in that. And I think that lasts for a while. But then there comes a point where you find yourself 15, 20 years later and you're just a mother. You're not a wife anymore. You're not an individual anymore. Like my name is blank, comma, the mother, period.
Or someone license places, mother, 3 kids, you know, I'm such and such. And I agree, but even going back to that, part of it is too, even though I'm saying that I do want to change that narrative because I don't want to set the example that if they decide to have children, that's what they have to do, be considered a mother. And even to a point, like, let's say Rashad, like, come on, I'm going to go shopping for you. I'm picking up stuff for the kids. And he's like, no. And it comes to the point where the children are even like, Mom, why are you shopping for me? I don't need anything. And I'm like, wow. I was talking about this with my mother, and my mother was like, you have never said that as a child. I sure didn't. I don't care if I had 50 of them. You want to go shopping? Yes. And my children are even like, Mom, why are you going shopping for me now? I don't need it. But in going back to being, I think part of it is society. Tells you even to be a good mom, you got to give your blood. Like, okay, we used the example before, like when I used to work overnights and you pretty much had the children, you would get so many compliments just because you were a dad who had the children. Not that it was good, bad, but for a mother, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? It was like, you were getting compliments or he went and got them food. Oh my gosh, you're such a good man. Oh, okay, you didn't get them food? You don't cook? What's wrong? You know what I mean? It was like, what? So I think part of it is society but I don't think I'm that far. I don't believe I have to be all that to be considered a mother, a woman, or a good mother or woman, or wife. I don't believe in that narrative. But I do believe so many of it comes from sometimes how we're taught, how society's taught. And if you don't be careful, you can really fall into that. I shouldn't do stuff for myself because I have children. And it's weird. It's funny. Not but it's ironic, I should say. Because even in counseling a lot of times women Or like, I'm not going to do that because I have a child. I'm like, so you're not going to get a extra ice cream cone because you have a child? You're not going to get your hair done because you have a child?
Yeah.
And not that his money is the issue. It's kind of like, I need to put her first. Well, I need to set and have been setting and will continue to do better and improve it in setting. That what does motherhood look like?
Yeah, and I think, and it goes back to some very simple. It's crazy because you have to set boundaries with your children too. Like, even, I mean, and I don't mean like when they're like grown. I mean like when they're like infants. Like, there has to be that a child has to understand and learn. There are some things that I can and can't do with the person that's taking care of me and loves me. And one of those things that I set as a boundary very early was, and that you did not, and you still suffer from this today, is something as simple as eating my food.
I do.
I'm like, yo, I'm eating my food. This is your food. Don't touch my food.
That's a hard one.
Kesha will. Okay, so let's say yesterday went to Chick-fil-A, got them breakfast. I'm pretty sure you ate half of your meal and get the rest of it to the rest of them.
Yeah, I do. Mind you, everybody has breakfast. They all want mine, so I'll eat half and get them the rest. I do. It goes to a place like we can go to a restaurant and we all have the same thing, or eat anyway. Or go out to eat somewhere or bring food back. We all have the same thing. They will ask for mine. No, and even let's say me, if like they have something different, me and Rashad got the same thing, they'll ask for mine. Yeah, and that's something that he said in the beginning, like he should stop doing that, And I was like, what? And if I don't do this, my child gonna eat. And because also that's what my mother did with me. My mother ate lobster, we ate lobster. If she ate this, we ate this, unless we had an allergy or something. So now I was like, how my mother did this.
It's on why, yo. Like,
I was like, how did this? And I remember the times with her be like fussing, like, I can never eat anything. You always begging. And now I'm saying those same words. I was like, and I was looking, when she said that, I was looking at her like, what? Why can't you just give me a piece of whatever? Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how my mother put up with it.
But that mentality you have really trickle over into everything, how your whole reasoning is for everything.
Meaning what?
For example, like it could be something as simple as I'm doing something, or like you need something from downstairs. I may not be going downstairs. They say, hey, are you going downstairs? Oh, no, not right now. But when you do go downstairs though, get this in the third for me. I'm not going downstairs. Like no time soon. Okay, it's okay. It's cool. Just when you go.
How's that equivalent?
It is because you took that. You said, I don't understand why you can't give me a little piece of that. That's the same reason.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a stretch.
It ain't a stretch.
That's a stretch.
It's not. Like that mentality is pervasive throughout your mind.
Mm-hmm. That's a stretch. But even though I do wish I can go back in time, I would listen to that one because I was like, Rashad being selfish. Like, you gonna sit here and let your kid. Now I had 3 kids and I'm eating. It's like, can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have some? Can I have some? So it's like I literally like sometimes eat half of my food so I can give the rest to them. Yes, they have their meal. We all went to the same place. We all said what we want. It don't matter. They always want what I have. We all literally can have the same exact thing. They still want mine. And I remember when I was younger, I was just like, but when mommy eat it, it makes it look good. Even though it's the same thing, when she have it, it makes it look better. And I always want it. Even my grandmother, like she'd eat and I'm like, oh, can I have some? She'd like, literally, I made a whole pot of this or made a whole pan of this. Go and get like. Yeah,
you used to do the same thing to me too.
I do. Oh yes, I do.
I used to hate that. Like, yo,
cause you make it look good.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
To the people out there, you understand what's like what?
Again, stop talking to the imaginary people.
I do.
Like,
no, because they're not imaginary, they real.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like eating it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And once again, my mom, you started this. It's your fault. Once again, we could go to the restaurant. He's like, what you want? I don't want that. I want. something else. He gets it. He eating it. I'm like, can I have some?
So
Didn't I ask you?
Like, I'm so glad I'm a vegetarian now, yo. Like,
because I want none of his food now. He's a vegetarian. Like, none of it.
That joint used to suck. Like, I can't have nothing to myself. I'm like, nah, yo, you got your own food. I don't want. No, thank you.
And then I have an attitude.
And be like legit upset.
Right, I do.
And now your kids do the same thing with you.
They do, and it's so aggravating. I probably should apologize, like to my mother, to you, even my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if I could have went back in time, I've been a little bit more selfish.
It's not even selfish. It's just you'd have been set some boundaries. Yeah. That's really what it is. Because it sounds so foreign to say that I need to set boundaries with an infant. But it's just for me, it's a part of discipline. Mm-hmm. Because I'm telling you, no, you can't do this. And I'm not telling you because I don't like you, I don't love you, or you're gonna go without. It's because this is mine. And this is yours.
And see, even when I say selfish, not in a bad way, it's a healthy part of being selfish, meaning doing things for you. So being selfish is necessarily a bad thing. We take the term and make it bad, but some things you need to be selfish about. Like you said, this exact definition. This is mine. This is yours. I'm getting better at it.
Are you?
What did I was trying to do this weekend? You know, I wouldn't have done that. The sneakers.
Oh yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
No, usually I'm like, well, that's why I need this, Madison. At the point, even they're saying, that's nothing. Even the children are saying, Mom, I don't need anything. And I was like, wow, which is in a very good and humbling place to be in.
Because it goes back, and then it goes back to a lot of like your fears, and then a lot of like a mother's fears about going without. Yeah. Or like making sure that your child doesn't have any sort of need. And it gets to the point where we're just fulfilling wants, masquerading them as needs.
Yeah, they got it.
And in their mind, in like a mother's mind, it's like, yo, your kid doesn't really need this. Like they want it, or you just want them to have that so they can feel good about themselves. But it's really you feeling good about yourself.
Well, I'll go back. I think we shared this a million times. I've been spoiled. As a child, I was spoiled. So I do want to semi-spoil my children. However, part of it kind of bit me when the oldest, we used to go in, whatever she wanted, literally, she's like, I want these sneakers. Let's get it. When she got older and had other siblings, it was, and that tantrum started kicking in because I want these sneakers. No, you don't need them. And now we have other children. We can't just go and every time you walk in the store. We have 3 others. No, you're not walking. Let's say a sneaker's $60, $70. You're not walking out $60, $70. It's times 3 now. That's a whole different price range. So I do agree. I do agree. And they know how to work me. I'm not going to lie. So let's say a piece of paper. It's going to turn in. Instead of saying I want a notebook or I want a piece of paper, Mom, I really need one. They know when they hear when I hear need, it's like I'm gonna go to BJ's and shop in bulk, so they would never need paper.
Yeah, they ain't never need paper again in their life. Like
they know. That instead of saying I want this, they know they'll say I need this, and once I hear the need, it's like power on.
Like need,
right? Did somebody say need?
Yeah. One of my children needs something today. Right. Yeah,
and they be playing me. They don't be needing it, especially like in this season. It's a quarantine, so it ain't really much that you need because we don't even really go outside. But honestly, even though despite that, the fact that when we was taking them shopping and stuff, and they were like, Mom, we don't want or need anything else. And I just never heard a child say that. And like I had to force them to get clothes. And they were like, but Mom, what are we going? What are we doing? And
I'm just sitting there like, why am I wasting my time in the store? Mm-hmm. Because this is just an exercise of futility. Again, going back to the point where you think or a mother sometimes, and a father too at some point, think that because I'm doing this for my child, it's going to make them feel good when it's really just making you feel good about yourself.
I would say some of it make me feel good. I was, well, okay, I would say as a parent, to see your child without doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good to see, so the opposite, it doesn't feel good to see your child without, and especially without, and you can't provide.
But when have you ever saw your child without?
Never in my head.
Like, yo, like,
Thank
I'm just
God.
gonna be super honest. Like, even
God.
in our lowest of low financial, spiritual, mental, emotional state, these kids never been without in any capacity.
You know what? But I didn't even realize that until, okay, we do second hands, third and fourth hands. So the oldest one, she'll pass down her clothes to the middle one. The middle one will pass down to the youngest one, and we keep them and store them. So it's a bag of sneakers, which I didn't know they was keeping it. The children were keeping it. So we went in there, and I was pulling out sneakers. Was like, oh my gosh!
Because I was like, Kesha, we don't need to buy near nothing.
But even, okay, it's with the middle daughter even has sneakers in there that the oldest can fit.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't realize how much. And we putting out sneakers. I'm like, oh my gosh, all this stuff, and they look brand new because the simple fact that they had a lot, they didn't wear them often, and then despite that, I can buy all these sneakers. They'll wear a pair of Crocs outside,
and it be burning you up. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
that burns
They
me.
be like, and I don't even understand why.
Oh my gosh, that burns. Or they would wear an oversized anime t-shirt,
a hoodie or something,
and a hoodie. I'm like, it's 190 degrees. You got all that stuff, and you wearing an oversized anime shirt and some Crocs.
And then, like, for me as a parent, I relinquished myself from that about maybe 10 years ago when I realized that whatever their style is going to be is going to be, and I just cater to that. I've been good. You, however, have not. You holding on to that. You trying your best. You still trying to dress Desiree. Desiree about to be 17 this year.
I do.
And you still trying, and she be looking like.
And she puts it on.
Yeah, because she don't want to hear your mouth.
Yes. Yes. But even some things, she's still a teenager. She's a child. So some things I've told her about, you should always have slacks. I don't need that. You should always have a white shirt, a cardigan, a blazer, something. I don't need that. Now stuff coming up when she trying to apply for jobs. I need slacks. No, you don't need that. No, you don't need that. But so stuff like that, I force them to get, and I dress them up. You at least gonna have this. I understand, but you can't wear anime and Crocs to job interviews.
Nah.
So some of it is I have to be the parent. I have to be a parent and say, no, it's not appropriate.
So. And some of it is just
you're not going out with me in the anime, in the ET shirt. You're not going on me with every day with the Superman shirt. No, you're not.
Did you say ET?
Yes. I got girls. You're not doing it. No. Can you buy? No, I'm not buying it. No. You
really accented that T on it.
No. So what they do, they play us. Dad, let's go to the mall. They come back, have every kind of superhero shirts, hats, socks, everything you could think of. But then how they play me, Mom, we need undergarments. And they know that's how they get me, because they want the undergarments from a specific place. There's no Walmart.
Yeah, and me, Daddy, we not gonna have Daddy and Daughter at Victoria's Secret. That's a non-starter for me.
Why not?
I'm not.
Victoria's Secrets are originally for men, not women.
Well, never mind. I won't say any of these thoughts.
Be quiet.
On my mind right now. All right.
But yeah, they play on my heartstrings.
Yeah.
And sometimes I let them.
I think this is a good place to stop.
But go back, but you know what thing, even being a mother, watch it, when any of them get sick, what's the first thing they do?
They go to you.
They come, that's right underneath me. And I really do enjoy that. I really do enjoy it. It's like, oh, come here, my baby. Yes, even my almost 17-year-old, like, come here, my boo-boo. And she loves it. And she's like, am I lying?
I wish.
And I love it too.
Oh, sad to watch.
And I'm sure they're going to be 18, 20, 21, 25, 30. When I go home to New York, I still sleep in the bed with my mother. Yep. I still do. It's like, Rashad, when we go home, we'll see each other again.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a fun episode today. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you all if you've been listening. Episode 1 and 2 are up for the Bad Batch. Me and Maddie are doing that. And have another episode up this week. Vlog was up from yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot this week. Oh, yeah. If you didn't see that, I did graduate.
Yes, he graduated.
Yeah, I didn't want to outshine Mother's Day with my little graduation stuff. So
No, that was a big accomplishment.
I appreciate it.
That was a big accomplishment.
Thank you. So, yeah, did that. All the well wishes, I appreciate it. If you want to, graduate me some more, then my Cash App is
Oh my gosh.
$Rashad Jones 81. Anyway.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, moms, on the moms out there. And we appreciate y'all sacrifices and all that good stuff. That's all I got for the. So I'm sorry. That's all we have for today. And
Make up by Maddie, my child.
We'll see y'all next week.